Short break. On the other side of it for you, technology set to shake up the hedge fund sector. We'll speak with one insider for some background and some of the opportunities that are revolutionizing this space next. Well, my next guest for you today, looking to revolutionize the hedge fund environment, using the tech revolution essentially for growth and innovation in the sector. Nick James is Senior Hedge Fund Analyst at Altx. He's in Sydney to speak at the AIMA Australia Hedge Fund Forum 2015. But before that, he is live in our Sydney CBD studio for you. Never mind getting a ticket to that, which is a worthy environment. I want to get on to the reasons for you coming back to speak, what will be your topic. But firstly, let's just understand the very nature of this business. Walk me through the genesis of it, how it takes up so many disparate areas of quant analysis and fundamental analysis to arrive at what?
Yeah, so the business itself and at its core really looks to incorporate behavioural science and relationship mapping in addition to financial analysis. And at the backdrop, what we've seen in so many other industries is that building a rich data environment and applying data science applications to that can really extract a great deal of meaning from data sets. In the hedge fund marketplace and the financial services industry at large, what we've seen is that it is an environment where there hasn't been a great deal of technological innovation applied to it. So, what we've really seen is a great opportunity to build a data science engine and apply algorithmic work to extract meaning with respect to hedge fund investment. And
it all comes down, ultimately, to enabling outperformance. What kind of a record do you point to on that metric? When all is said and done, all the data points are lined up in a row, hit go, hit outperform, yes or no?
Look, Carson, I actually disagree with that. The way we think about it is that there's so much more than just the performance numbers in this game. There's getting an understanding of our manager, there's starting to think about who are they connected to in the space, and the only way you can really do that is to build a rich data environment of varied data sets. And that's really what we're looking to do, incorporating psychological elements, incorporating relationship mapping elements, so really digitizing a great deal of data and applying learning algorithms to that to really extract meaning. So with respect to, is this something that can help drive our performance? Yes, it is. Is that the only thing we're doing? Absolutely not.
No, let's talk about some of the cornerstone investors. What are their what's their input into this process? The likes of, and you go through the list, because it's quite a significant one, David Bonderman, the founding partner of TPG Capital, there as an investor. Carlos Sim, has an entity underneath your company, or at least alongside it. That's, of course, so that leads back to his own desire to see this platform take flight. Wells Fargo, all together, different competing objectives, but sharing, I suppose, what's their vision?
Well, I think they all see the vision in the product, and I think they've all seen a lot of disruptive technology applied to other industries. With respect to Wells Fargo, I think that's a really good example of a large bank and investment bank who's really seen a young technology business focused on innovation, and forming a strategic partnership with them is far more commercially sensible than trying to do this themselves, because firms like ours based in Silicon Valley have access to engineering talent. We're focused on innovation all the time, and what we're looking to do is really improve their process and drive efficiency in their business.
So when you take into these meetings to drum up interest, some working model of the business, what are you effectively showing these now cornerstone investors? What do they glimpse into the future and see in operation?
Yeah, I think what they see more than anything is that the business and so many other businesses can really be so much more efficient once things are digitized. And the hedge fund business, more than any, within the financial services within the financial services industry, in my opinion, is incredibly offline. The data is impossible to access, and as you start to create novel data points and build a rich data environment, what we see is that you can start to drive insights that you couldn't prior to really reaching a point of digitalization.
How can you be certain that a model like this, which is all all about technology is not itself hostage to those on the other side of that technological arms race, those who would be seeking to undermine and misrepresent the state that we're in. How do you get a system that's foolproof and able to sort the real from the false in the real news environment even?
Yeah, well, I think the thing is, Carson, what we've seen is that as you start to build new data sets, and, you know, there's so much data out there, extracting meaning is very difficult. And, you know, for us, what we've tried to do is build a rich environment of algorithmic work where, you know, with respect to the hedge fund business, like so many other businesses, you know, moving toward technological advancement is really the only way forward.
We heard for quite some time, given all the energy price volatility, so going into crude markets and as an example on this, what would you say that experience, and we're still going through it at the moment, even today Goldman Sachs positing a push higher for crude prices midterm. What would you say that the role of hedge funds has been in that story?
Well, I'd say hedge funds, and you know what we see on the system is that people are looking for exposure, and you know we see this in Australian investors right now, to things that are not necessarily directional and also not necessarily correlated to local markets. So if we look at investors here in Australia, we've seen a lot of appetite for global exposure because, you know, having exposure to local equity and bond markets isn't necessarily what's going to drive our performance in the nearer term. So we see hedge funds as an asset class with diversification benefit and, you know, not necessarily directional movement with the market at large.
And your message to the hedge fund forum, the AIMA hedge fund forum that's taking place, will be down to what? In one sentence, how do you capture up your theme?
I think at its core, technology has disrupted so many businesses, and what we're looking to do is no different to that. Neither machine nor man is driving optimal efficiency. It's a combination of both, and we're looking to complement expert human judgment with great technology.
We wish you well, and the sun is shining, so do enjoy all that Sydney has to offer.
Thanks for having me.
Aside from the day job, Nick James, Senior Hedge Fund Analyst at Altx in Sydney for this AIMA Australia Hedge Fund Forum.